Boom. Check the trunk. No weapon. Let him go. This was the same guy that if I had found a gun on him that night, that girl that he was a drug dealer also would have been alive. He went up. What happened was he drove into the block, saw her and her boyfriend, shot at both of them to kill her. And so we make this call up. We make the arrest. It hits the news. You know who got the award? $1,000 award?
Who?
Citywide. I didn't get anything. I didn't get anything. I wasn't looking for anything, but no recognition. They didn't say, yeah, thank you, Sanchez. I said, go ahead, take it. Now, one thing about Citywide also, Citywide anti-crime, back then, it was very hard for a Latino like me to get in, or blacks. It was mostly the white cops. And I'm telling you the truth. It was mostly the white cops, kids who knew somebody, and I'd be responding to a job, heavy job in uniform. I see these kids, I can see it in the face, you know, a gun run. I can see it in the face. This freaking kid is shitting his pants. But we couldn't get in. I once went to an interview with I took my wife with me. When I went into the interview, they told me, yeah, I speak Spanish. I'm from the streets. Oh, yeah, good. Blah, blah. When I called back the next day, how did my interview go? Not too good. Sorry. They didn't want me. That's the way it was. It's changed a lot. And I used to say, one day there's going to be a big incident. You got too many white cops. At least if you get 4 white cops in a car, at least if you have a team, put a Latino in there. Put a black to work. If the whites didn't want to work, it's the truth. A lot of the whites wanted to work Irish or Italians. You know, they didn't want us. They had their own cliques. And I said, one day something's going to happen. And sure enough, the incident with the 40 shots, the yellow case, it happened. There were 4 white cops. What happened? The guy was reaching for his wallet. One cop there, didn't I tell you, I used to see these guys, I used to see their faces. They were afraid. They panicked. They pulled out fast. I've seen it happen.
And that guy didn't speak English, right?
Excuse me?
That guy didn't speak English? He only spoke Spanish, right?
Who's that?
The guy that was shot, right?
Diallo, he was from Africa.
Oh, he's African. Okay, my bad. I thought he was Hispanic.
No, they said he was from Africa, but it didn't matter. It's just that front. Well, they saw something. They had automatics back. They carried revolvers. Oh, 6 shots. I used to carry 2 guns. I used to carry one in my I used to have a gun in my ankle holster. And sure enough, it happened. I said, look, so what they did, they disbanded Citywide because of all the pressure. And when they brought it back saying, from now on, the team goes on, you better have a minority, either Latino, whatever, or black in that team. So Al Sharpton doesn't come in and start yelling racism. Yeah, you know, so what I'm telling you is the truth. And as I wrote in my book, it happened. It happened. And it's going to keep happening. But anyway, that's my story. I hope I didn't bore you with it.
No, it was very exciting stuff, actually.
Yeah, and anyway, Professor Phil Napoli, he's a nice guy. He's writing his own story. You know, the rap about Vietnam.
Yeah, on Vietnam veterans. Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to have my story there when I got wounded, and what happened to me when I was in Vietnam. So yeah, he interviewed me for 2 hours, and he had another student interview me for another 2 hours. But is there anything you want to ask me about? I don't know what else to tell you. Really, I'm not. How else I can help except when it came to the NYPD back in my day, they were very cliquish with their racism. Yes, it was. With cops, Latinos have come a long way. If you notice, back then, when I saw back in '75, I saw my first Latino sergeant. Right? Man, be a boss. If you saw black, like, man, there's a black sergeant in this job. It was very rare. Things have changed. More Latinos have gone up in rank now. You know? You see them, detectives. Back then, forget it. A lot of Latinos used to do the narcotics part. And it took them longer to get the gold shield than the white cops. What's your background? You are Irish, Italian?
I'm Italian.
Okay. I'm telling you the truth. And I have, believe me, I have a lot of Italian friends, former cops. These guys have helped me sell my books. You know, I'm telling you. And and they agree with me. And I have Irish guys that know, because that's in the cash. And when I speak to you, I can speak to them like I'm speaking to you. They tell me, Joe, you're right. They can't deny it. You know, they can't deny it. And they let me speak. You know why they let me speak? They don't tell me you're full of shit. You know why?
Why?
Because now I'm not trying to brag. I said, don't fuck with Joe. He did it all. I can't tell him, go, he's full of shit. He did it all. He did more than I did. He's right. So that's how come I can get away with it. But if they talk to a cop, they say, you did shit. You're full of shit. You used to do 8 hours and go home. You gotta give me a break, you know? You did 20 years in this shit. But with me, they let me talk. And they respect me. And I appreciate that. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'll let you go. I've talked enough.
Well, I think maybe one more question. As you know, the murder rates finally started going down in the mid-90s. Like, they went down past the pre-1974 rates. Do you know what led to this decline in the crime rates in the mid-90s?
Well, first of all, don't think it was Giuliani did a lot of cleanup, right? But he took too much credit.
Yeah, he took all the credit almost.
He took all the credit. No offense. He may be Italian. This guy is an opportunistic guy. He was on his way down. He was. I'm not trying to throw stones. I'm a sinner too, you know. But this guy was on his way down. All right. Where do you get? I'm not changing the subject. Where do you get Carrick, former police commissioner, what's his name? The former police commissioner, Carrick. Bernie Carrick, all right? Bernie Carrick goes into the NYPD in let me see, he was, served 4 years in the military, MP. He was a assistant warrant in Jersey, wanted to be a New York City cop. You ever seen that movie with Sylvester Stallone? Copland?
No, I don't think I've seen that either.
Oh, yeah. And it's a shitty movie, too. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. And De Niro makes great movies, you know? And Stallone makes good movies, too. This, I don't know, a bullshit movie. But he goes, Carrick becomes a New York City cop in '86. In '86. In 4 years, he makes detective, right? Third grade detective. He becomes Giuliani's chauffeur. Third grade, he's well spoken, but he didn't have. He only had high school diploma, a general diploma. From there, he had some information on the mayor. He had to. The mayor makes him assistant warden to Rikers Island, and then appoints him to Rikers Island's commissioner. And then from Rikers Island, he becomes the New York City police commissioner, a third grade detective.
Wow.
And you got all these guys who have 25, 30 years, chiefs, 2, 3-star chiefs. They look at each other, what's going on? Because he had something on Giuliani. Whatever it is, I don't know. I know he had a tryst with his girlfriend before, he was cheating on his wife, but forget about that. We're men. A lot of guys do that, you know?
Yeah.
But Giuliani took too much credit for 9/11. He was on his way down, and all of a sudden he becomes Man of the Year in the magazine. The first year, I would have respected him if he had said, "You don't make me Man of the Year. I just happen to be the mayor. I just happen to be walking around with a mask. You make the New York City Port Authority and Fire Department, right? You give them the honor of making them, whatever it is, of the year." He didn't do that. He took all the glory. To this day, and as you know, the fire departments when he was running for mayor, for president, they went around and speaking up against him, saying that guy's full of shit. But that's Giuliani. And as far as you were telling me, crime going, what is it, up or down?
No, crime was going down mid-90s.
Well, don't forget, they had in the mid-90s 40,000 police officers in the NYPD. That's a lot of cops. That's a lot of cops. And cops were making arrests, making calls, going out there, doing. At the same time, there were those that were stealing. Don't get me wrong, because when they work narcotics area like Washington Heights, you're going to have your bad apples.